Here. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us tonight. We are going to talk today about the essential oil basics. There's so much that you can do with essential oils, but even with the basics, there's just a lot of information. Our goal is to never overwhelm, but to let you know how really easy it is to use essential oils and to be empowered with your own healthcare in your own home. What we like to say is that you can live younger longer. I live in a 55 and over community in Arizona, and that's our goal down there is to be active and healthy and having great relationships. And I believe that the supplements and the essential oils that I use are going to help me do that way into our old age. I want to take charge of my own health. I don't want to have to rely on the medical system. We all know that it's a little bit of a broken system. And so when we can be empowered with about 80 to 85% of our own healthcare, it really is very, very helpful. So that's kind of what we're going to be going through tonight. Okay, so first of all, what are essential oils? Essential oils are found in trees, roots, bark, flower, not all plants have essential oils and not all essential oils are beneficial. But we do know because of science and testing and everything else that there are many, many essential oils that work synergistically with our body to be able to create health effects in the body that are very, very beneficial. So these essential oils are distilled from the plant material. They run steam up through the plant material. That steam then cools. It goes into a holding tank, and the oil and water doesn't mix. And the essential oil is simply taken off the top of the water. And that is all that's in essential oils, is exactly what's in the plant. We also make sure that essential oils are certified pure and tested grade. So we want to make sure that our essential oils are 100% from free of any kind of artificial ingredients, fragrances, any kind of fillers. From that distillation process that I just told you about, you should know that there's nothing else in these essential oils except what God put in those plants to be able for us to be used. So they are very safe. There's no pesticides or chemical residues at all in these essential oils, and they're very potent, which means that they're very standardized. They're about 70 times as potent as the plant material itself. So when you get a bottle of peppermint in 2 years, doTERRA makes sure that that potency is exactly the same as the bottle of peppermint that you have today, or lavender, or Roman chamomile, or whatever it is. So it's very standardized, and you can be sure that you are getting the correct dosage with each bottle of essential oil that you buy from doTERRA. And doTERRA is the highest rated brand of essential oils, and it's because of the science. It's because we have the medical doctors behind us, we have scientists behind us that test our oils and make sure that they are pure therapeutic grade oils. There's three different ways to use essential oils. That's aromatically, topically, and internally. So for aromatic use, putting essential oils in a diffuser is a fantastic idea. You can also just put a drop on your hand, rub your hands together, and just cup your hands around your nose and your mouth and just breathe in is another really good way to use essential oils. Aromatically. We use them as surface cleaners. They just not all essential oils smell amazing, but you're going to find the ones that you like, and using them aromatically is really the best way to help with mood. So it uplifts the mood, it helps with sleep, um, and it helps with anxiousness and things like that. And most of that is going to be through aromatic or topical use. So topical use is when you actually use the essential oil on the skin. You can use it on the neck, the forehead, the temples. You mentioned having a migraine headache, so you understand using these essential oils, especially for something like head tension on the back of the neck, on the temples, up on the forehead is a very good idea, but also breathing that peppermint in. There's a blend actually specifically for that called past tense, which is fantastic for head tension. So I always say when you're using an essential oil topically, use it as close to the area of concern as possible. So if you're feeling, like you have digestive issues, you're going to use it on your belly. If your knee hurts, you're going to use it on your knee. But if you're just thinking about, well, I don't feel good, or I want to use it for sleep, the best place to use that is really on the bottom of the feet. The best place to use essential oils for emotional use is on the back of the neck and on the wrists over the heart, and also breathing those essential oils in. You want to make sure that you have a good carrier oil, such as fractionated coconut oil. When you're using essential oils on the skin, just to make sure that you're not having any areas of sensitivity pop up. Some essential oils, especially like the herb oils, are can be very sensitive to the skin. So you want to make sure that you are diluting that. Number one, it's better for the skin. It helps those molecules get through the skin, and you're going to save money when you dilute your oils as well for topical use. Internal use. Now, doTERRA has many different um supplements that are have the essential oils in a soft gel, so they're already made up for you, ready to use. But you can also make up your own capsules by putting them in a veggie cap. You can put a couple of drops in a glass of water. Lemon, orange, grapefruit, lime, any of the citrus oils are fantastic to use in water, and they're also really good for digestion and for uplifting your mood as well. I cook with my essential oils all the time, cilantro and oregano, basil. They're all very good just to add to foods, but you don't need very much of them. One or two drops is definitely enough. There's many different health benefits for essential oils. If you think about it, every pharmaceutical medication that's out there, the molecules that are in there are plant from plant materials, and we know what those plant materials have done. And over time, the pharmaceutical companies have synthesized those molecules. They put them into pharmaceutical medications, and they have side effects. They also are very expensive as well, but we can use what nature already created to have very great health benefits. So they're great for your skin, for digestion, immune function, for sleep, for muscles and joints, emotions, cellular function, cognitive ability, and I love this last one, reverse aging, which we're going to touch on that a little bit later in the presentation. I also use essential oils every day in my home. So again, I use them for cooking, which I already mentioned. I use them in my laundry. The laundry soap with doTERRA is fantastic. I make my own stain spray. I use wool dryer balls and put a couple of drops of essential oils on them, and it makes my clothes smell fantastic. Also, hair care, lotions, soaps, hand wash, cleaning solutions. We want to reduce the toxic load in our home because toxins are hormone disruptors. And when our hormones get whacked out, we don't have the right communication systems in our body to be able to do the things that turn on certain things in our cells that really need to be turned on. And so our body gets all messed up when we are very toxic. So things like burning candles and cleaning solutions and sprays and plug-ins and things like that can really gum up our system so that it doesn't work correctly. So one of the goals of using all natural products is to detoxify your home and detoxify your body. There are many emotional benefits with essential oils. They're calming, energizing, soothing, renewing, invigorating, uplifting, helps with focus and concentration. They're motivating. Very, very good for cognitive health as well. And I'm learning more about this area of cognitive health. I make up my own blend, and I have a blend that I use on the back of my neck. I have been diagnosed with a brain thing, and so I make sure that I keep my circulation going as good as possible, and the integrity of the vessels in my brain as well. So there's a lot that we can do with essential oils. It's not just about that they smell good. And of course, using an essential oil or several essential oils or whatever is not really going to do you a whole lot of good if you really don't have a healthier lifestyle that goes along with it. So I know when I got started using essential oils, I was a mess. I couldn't even roll over in bed. I had just pain all over my body. It was getting very hard to like drive, tie my shoes, just do regular stuff every day. But I also was under a lot of stress and I wasn't eating well. And there's a lot that went into me having these levels of pain, which honestly I thought I had ALS. It was that bad. And when I started to use the essential oils, it was like a complete reversal in my body. But what it also did was give me an awareness of the things in my life that needed to change, like lowering my stress levels, making sure that I was getting better sleep, changing my diet, taking sugar out of my diet. So, really, this nutrition and digestion is the foundation of everything that we're going to do to have a healthier lifestyle. So doTERRA has a complete line of nutritional products. The supplements with doTERRA, it's called Lifelong Vitality, really help to feed the body at the cellular level so that our cells can act the way that they're supposed to act. There's an entire line of digestive products that help the gut to work. About 80% of illness is actually a direct result of poor gut health. So helping to clean up the gut is extremely important. And then movement and metabolism. So it's getting out there, it's getting exercise, it's oxygenating your cells, but also having a good metabolism. And the metabolism is basically how we break down our food into energy. And then rest and stress management. So this is, getting a good amount of sleep, resting the brain, resting the body, but also managing those stress levels so that we don't have so much cortisol in the body. And that's really a killer right there. Stress is probably one of the main reasons. It's estimated that 85 to 90% of people that go into urgent care clinics go there because of stress related illnesses, and our immune system takes a hit, everything else, when we don't manage our stress. Reducing toxicity, I've already talked a little bit about that. Informed self-care is okay, something did happen, like I I don't feel well, or I sprained my ankle, or something like that. What can I do now with what I'm already armed with in my home without going to the doctor for? So being informed as to how to use our essential oils and our supplements to take care of whatever comes up in the home. And then proactive medical care. So we're not saying that doctors are bad. We're not saying that pharmaceutical medications are bad. But what we are saying is about 80 to 85% of anything that you can do with your healthcare, you can be informed and educated on what to do in your own home. And then when you need to go to a doctor, go to a doctor. I went to a doctor 3 days ago and I went to the eye doctor again today, right? So we do need to have things checked out every once in a while, but most of what we can do on our own. Here's that Lifelong Vitality Pack that I mentioned a little bit earlier. It's 3 easy bottles. So if anybody has ever gone down the, hey, what supplement should I take road, you might have a couple of shoe boxes full of supplements that you don't even know what to do with. That's what's really nice about this pack is they're highly effective. It's 3 easy bottles. You don't have to think about adding a bunch of other things into your diet. I do take an extra vitamin D3. Other than that, I don't need anything else because it's all in here. So it provides the micronutrients that our bodies need to function at the cellular level. Alpha CRS is the cellular vitality blend. So this is going to help with energy. It also is a great form of natural inflammatories to help with in the body. And you've got your E omegas, and those are omega-3 fatty acids. So this is going to be a fish oil, which does not taste fishy at all. It also has 9 different essential oils in with the omega-3 product that, so you won't get this anywhere else in any other product because it has the doTERRA essential oils in it that are going to be working at the cellular level. And then you have Microplex VMZ. This is your vitamins and your minerals. So this is what you would think of as your multivitamin kind of product, but it is bioavailable. This is a food nutrient complex Bioavailability is extremely important. We need to make sure that our body can absorb the nutrients that we're giving it. Otherwise, it's just going to go out the other way, the same way that it went in, right? And you're not going to get any value from it whatsoever. So these three products together synergize each other to give you a very complete supplement regimen that's really going to help at the cellular level. This program, like I said, with about 80 to 85% of illness is caused as a direct result of what's going on in the gut. So taking a good probiotic is vastly important, but this is more than just a probiotic. This is a probiome complex. There are actually more bacteria in and on your body than you have human cells. You have more bacterial cells. There's about 5 to 6 pounds of bacteria on the body, and it's good bacteria that actually helps us to be able to function. And it's called your microbiome. And it's not just in your gut, it's all over your whole body. So this is a microbiome complex that helps not only with digestive health, is fantastic for that, but it also helps with skin, with the respiratory system, the immune system, genital urinary health, oral health, helps with a good inflammatory response. And it has you can see that the green is a prebiotic, and the probiotic, which is the bacteria, is inside that green fiber inside of there, but then it's wrapped in another coating of oil that helps it to get through the stomach acid so that the good bacteria are actually deposited into the intestines where we need it to get to. Most probiotics on the market have, I would say, anywhere between 6 and 9 different strains of bacteria at about 7 to 8 billion units. This one has 30 at 18 billion units. So it is a very, very high potency, has a good diversity of different types of bacteria that you're not going to find in other products. So this is one of the main ones that I would say to start on, especially to help with gut health. And this is the other one to help with gut health. It's called Terrazyme. These are natural food enzymes that help to break down our food. So you take 1 to 2 capsules before a meal, and you can see on the right side there all these digestive enzymes that are in there. There's 10 different digestive enzymes that help to break down things like milk sugars and protein and gluten and fiber and you name it. It helps to break those foods down. And as we age, the pancreas is what really secretes all of these enzymes. So if you have pancreatic insufficiency, you're not going to be able to break down the foods like you're supposed to. And as we age, our pancreas kind of gets a little bit weak on some of these enzymes. And so we might start to have more digestive enzymes, and our diet gets a little bit tighter because there's some things that just don't sit well with us. So taking this Terrazyme before you eat a meal is a fantastic idea to be able to help you break down the food that you eat. It helps with any kind of digestive issues, but it also helps with absorption of the food that you do eat. Now we're just going to go through the basics of, I'd say the top 10 categories of essential oils. Number 1 is lemon. This category is in the citrus category. So there's other citrus oils as well. But lemon it just smells like you just zested a lemon. I mean, that's one thing about doing a Zoom class is I don't get to pass these bottles around so that you can smell them, but they smell so, so good. Citrus oils are actually taken from the rind of the citrus fruit. So it's not something that we normally get in our diet at all. So it's really good to put in water. It helps to uplift the mood. It helps with digestion. It helps you to drink more water because your water tastes better. And you can have grapefruit and lime and tangerine, and there's all kinds of different citrus oils that you can use in your water and have a really, nice taste to your water as well, so it doesn't get so boring. A lemon also has a ton of antioxidants in it. It's great for getting sticky stuff off surfaces. And I wash my fruit and veggies in it all the time. I just put cold water in the sink, throw my fruits and veggies in there, let them sit for a few minutes and rinse them off. And they actually last longer in the refrigerator as well. And it's amazing how much gunk gets off of my fruits and veggies. Now, lavender, we know lavender is all things calming. So think about sleep and you think about anxiousness, but think about even calming, like for the skin. So it helps with skin imperfections, but it also is a natural antihistamine. So it's very good for bug bites and bee stings and sunburns and any kind of a skin disruption. Lavender is going to be your go-to. Put a little bit on the bottom of your feet for sleep, or put it in a diffuser for sleep is fantastic. Peppermint, its main constituent in peppermint is menthol. So it's going to be that really cooling effect when you use peppermint internally or externally. And it's really good for respiratory and digestive issues, as well as helping to soothe sore muscles as well. So it helps with promoting clear airways to help with digestive upset. Of course, it's going to be great for refreshing your breath. But mental alertness as well. So keeping this in your car. There's also little beadlets, peppermint beadlets that you can just pop in your mouth, and it helps to wake you up. Very good for study, and for, that first thing in the morning, kind of get your brain going, or middle of the afternoon kind of thing when, oh, I need a little bit of a pick me up. Peppermint is fantastic to use. Frankincense. Frankincense is the king of essential oils. There is more molecular constituents in frankincense than any other essential oil, which makes it very diverse in the way that we can use it. So it's very good for skin health, but also think about this as for cellular function. So frankincense is an oil that goes on a seek and destroy mission, and it gets rid of cells that aren't acting correctly in the body, and it helps to renew cells so that we can get rid of the bad stuff. There's a lot of research that's being done right now on frankincense, and I use frankincense every day. Very good for brain health as well. But I want to make sure that I have cellular integrity and that my immune system is getting some support, especially as I age, to get rid of the bad cells that may be proliferating at an abnormal rate. And if you can read through what I just said there, frankincense is very, very good for some really serious conditions. It's also a natural anti-inflammatory. So I use it in my pain remedy, for my knees and my shoulders and things like that. When in doubt, get your Frank out. It's a really versatile, nice oil. Now, those oils that I just talked about were single oils. So if you look at a bottle of frankincense, it's only frankincense in that bottle. But now we're going to be talking about blends. And Digest Zen is a blend of different oils. You can see on the bottom there, it's anise seed, peppermint, ginger, caraway, coriander, tarragon, and fennel. And these are all oils that are well known for helping with digestive issues. So this is a lifesaver. I just can't even imagine not having this in my home. It's good for anything digestion related. So whether it's constipation, diarrhea, indigestion, you name it, gas, bloating, Digest Zen products are going to be very good for that. So you can see the PB Assist or PB Restore is what it is now, and the Terrazyme are in this Digest Zen line of products. And there's also the oil, which has a little bit of a black licorice undertone to it because of the anise and the fennel that are in that. But if you hate black licorice, there's also a Digestin capsule, a soft gel that you can take as well. And it really, really is fantastic for any digestive issues. On Guard, we're now going into school is starting, and there's little cesspools in all of these classrooms all over. I don't know how teachers do it, honestly, but as we can't think about it being cooler right now, but as As we go into fall and into winter, those germs start to spread a little bit more. And this is just your immunity basics right here. On Guard is a blend of wild orange, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. So it basically smells like Christmas in a bottle. It is amazing to diffuse. It helps with boost that immunity. It's really great for an online surface cleaner as well. And this On Guard Plus soft gels, every home in America needs to have these. Whenever you start to feel like you might be coming down with something, like you've been exposed to something, these On Guard Plus soft gels are a way to help your body to be able to fight whatever's going on until your immune system can kick in and really be able to fight it on its own. So it's that first line of protection that we have, especially during high seasons of threats. And again, it smells like Christmas. So who doesn't love that? It's a fantastic product. And then the Breathe products, as you can tell from the name, are very good for respiratory health. So right now, I know there's a lot of forest fires going on. Breathe is flying off the shelves right now. These Breathe respiratory drops are great to have in during fire season, but also putting a little bit of Breathe underneath your nose and just kind of keeping those clear airways. I put Breathe underneath my nose before I go to bed, just to make sure that I have clear breathing through the night. And this is great in a diffuser as well. But it's laurel leaf, eucalyptus, peppermint, melaleuca, lemon, cardamom, ravensara, and ravensara essential oils. All are very, very good for respiratory health. It smells like, medicinal, like a Vicks Vapor Rub or something like that would. But those are synthetic products that are in those products. This is a 100% essential oil, very safe and very potent. Deep Blue products are a blend of wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, ylang ylang, helichrysum, blue tansy, blue chamomile, and osmanthus. They are this deep blue line of products come in a rub, which is like a cream. So let's say you have a sore knee, your shoulder tension, your back hurts, something like that. Putting the Deep Blue rub on or the Deep Blue stick is another very good option because you can just rub it on. You don't even have to touch it. You can just roll it on just right with that stick. And then there's also Deep Blue polyphenol capsules. Polyphenols are natural anti-inflammatories and natural just like pain remedies from nature, all put together in a capsule for you. So I take that one daily as well to just help with inflammation and pain and stiffness in the body. Copaiba is probably the essential oil, I think, with the least aroma. It's very, very mild, but it's a very potent essential oil. It is about 70 times as effective as a CBD oil. It is a cannabinoid, beta caryophyllene, instead of like THC or CBD or something like that that we hear of all the time. There's 88 different cannabinoids in nature, but we only hear about those two. Well, copaiba has one of those that is very, very similar to the action of CBD in the body, except it works much more efficiently at the cellular level than CBD does. So it's going to be great for immune function. It's also great for pain, inflammation, calming, anything that sleep. So anything that you would use a CBD oil for, copaiba is going to be your oil. And it also comes in a soft gel as well. So it's a really very versatile oil. Sleep is huge. If we don't have enough sleep, the body does not heal itself. So we need to get a good, I would say 8 to 9, but at least 7 to 8 hours of solid, deep sleep every night to be able to have the body heal, and in particular to have the gut heal as we sleep. So these Serenity products help us to be able to have a restful, deep sleep. They smell fantastic. There is a restful complex as well. There's also a Serenity stick that I don't have listed here, but it is something you can put on the bottom of your feet or under your nose or on your chest. And it just is very, very nice. You smell it and it's like your shoulders just start to relax. So if you think about this, lavender, cedarwood, hoe wood, ylang ylang, marjoram, Roman chamomile, vetiver, vanilla bean, Hawaiian sandalwood. These are all very calming oils, very good for brain health as well, and for anxiousness as well. And if you speak about anxiousness and stress, adaptive is the oil that you need and the capsule that you need. So, stress is a killer. It really is. And the more stress that we have, more our immune system is going to take a hit, the more inflammation we're going to have in the body, the more digestive issues we're going to have. Things like migraine headaches and, you name it, stress is a root problem for so many people. So when I get people started, most of the time I start them on the Lifelong Vitality Pack. We work on the gut stuff as well. But this is definitely within the first 2 to 3 months. I like people to get started, especially if they admit themselves that they have times of stress, to start these adaptive capsules and this oil. It is very, very effective. And again, just about, I don't know, a half hour or whatever after taking one of these capsules, it's not like, you're zoned out or anything like that, but you can just like focus and concentrate and prioritize what needs to get done. And actually, that stress and those things, that seem to be bugging you half hour ago, they're not bugging you so much now. So this really is a very, very important product. MetaPower. So this is a newer product with doTERRA. Meta stands for metabolic, and the PWR stands for personal wellness realized. So there is a whole line of MetaPower products. I think the most important products are the MetaPower collagen. I'm going to go through that. Also, if anybody's interested in shrinking your fat cells, the MetaPower Metabolic Blend soft gels are fantastic for that. And for managing blood sugar levels, MetaPower Assist is going to be amazing. So these are the 3 easy steps with the MetaPower system. The MetaPower essential oil blend. So the oil, you can just rub it right on your belly, wherever your area of concern is. It helps to curb appetite, and it literally helps to like shrink your fat cells because it helps to detoxify the body as well, and toxins hang out in your fat cells. So when you release some of those toxins, those fat cells can also, instead of being like a big water balloon, they actually can shrink down to a more normal size that they're supposed to be. So we just aren't so, I just call it fluffy. When your fat cells aren't as big, you aren't as big either. So it could entail losing weight, but I think even more than that, what I saw was that I lost inches. And then the collagen drink powder, this is a reverse aging collagen product. I'll talk a little bit more about it here in the next couple of slides. It's fantastic for body repair and for metabolic balance. So again, metabolism is helping to break down the foods that we eat into energy. The food that we use should be fuel. It shouldn't be just to make us so we're not hungry. We really should be eating good, balanced foods so that our body can break it down and use it for energy at the cellular level. And that's also collagen is like it's the matrix that makes up our whole body, all of our tissues and ligaments and bones and joints. They're all put together by this matrix of collagen in the body. And as we age, we just don't have as much collagen. We don't produce as much collagen, and usually we don't eat those foods that have collagen in them as we age. So we do need to supplement with this, and it really is a fantastic product. And then the Assist Metabolic Glucose Equalizer. If I know that I'm having a meal with more carbs or sugars or something like that, I will take it before that largest meal of the day. It can over time help to lower hemoglobin A1C levels because it's helping to reduce glucose spikes in the body, which then in turn helps to decrease insulin spikes in the body. And whenever your insulin spikes, you age. So think about that. I do intermittent fasting every day. So I don't eat. My first meal usually isn't until 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and sometimes as late as 5. So I don't have as many glucose spikes in my body because I'm simply fasting for that amount of time. But let's say you wake up and you have coffee with creamer and a donut. Your insulin's going to spike immediately first thing in the morning. So using this MetaPower glucose equalizer is really going to be great over time. So this is just that MetaPower Advantage. It's the ingredients that are in it, super high in antioxidants. But I'm just going to point out a couple of them. The marine collagen, which is bovine and chicken, and there's so many different types of collagen out there. Our collagen has 12 different types, excuse me, 9 different types of tripeptides. Tripeptides are smaller than normal peptides, so the body doesn't need to break them down as much. Very easy to use. And marine collagen is about 12 times as absorbable as other types of collagen are. So it is really easily used by the body. And then if you just look at that one product, nicotinamide mononucleotide, you can just say NMN for short. This is a very important product because when this is ingested in the body can then in turn turn it into NAD plus. And NAD plus is super important in the body because it's a cofactor in many of the metabolic cycles that happen in the body to help turn our food into energy. So NAD plus starts to decrease in the body about the age of 25. So supplementing, you can't supplement with NAD plus because the stomach acid breaks it down. And so you can't ingest just NAD plus, but you can ingest precursors to NAD plus. So that's what the NMN is, the NADH, also resveratrol. There's one other thing in here that helps to increase the NAD plus, but we're talking about good hair, skin, nails, and then metabolic. You're not going to chronologically get younger. You're not going to do that. But metabolically, you could be 80 years old and your body can act more like a 55-year-old. Or you could
Mhm.
be a 30-year-old and your body could be acting more like a 60-year-old metabolically. And so this is what we want to do is we want at least that metabolic age to match our chronological age. And the best thing that we can do is have a metabolic age that's actually less than our chronological age. So this is what we're talking about with reverse aging. These were my results with the MetaPower system in just 5 weeks. And I was pretty diligent about taking all of the products every day. I was also in the middle of a very stressful move and getting rid of everything we owned in our lives and everything else. And so I wouldn't say my diet was, I mean, I wasn't like making salads every night and that kind of stuff. But I lost some weight. I think I lost 12, 13 pounds, something like that. But you can see more than anything, I lost inches and you can see it in my face, my abdomen, and where I'm really proud of it is in my boobs, because that's where I seem to gain weight. So I've been taking the MetaPower ever since this. I've gained a couple of pounds back, and of course, I fluctuate a little bit, but I find that I can really keep myself pretty steady by using the MetaPower products. So, what do I do now? I think most of you already have your account. So I'm just going to stop the share right now. And